Hello, fiber fans, friends, and followers. My name is Beth, and I'm here to talk to you about all of the yarny things I have gotten into recently. Today is a bright sunny day, so the lighting looks really nice in here to me. I don't know how your perception is of it from the screen, but it's very cold here in the Chicago area. But I'm nice and toasty warm inside, and I will be talking to you today about what I'm wearing, as well as I've got a work in progress, which has been my primary focus for the last couple of weeks. And I have some new to me things, as well as I want to get into some of the comments, because on the last episode, I had a Sandy bag prompt for this bag right here, and thank you, Sandy. Sandy is someone who makes project bags for podcasters, and she gives them for them to give as giveaways on their channel. So thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. And so before I started recording for the full episode, I did record the drawing for that bag, which I will put in at some point in this episode. But the prompt, it was actually a question that came from Kendra from a previous episode, which was about what you wear most, what of your finished objects do you most reach for. So I'm going to get into that because I feel like it's a good conversation starter. So I'll be talking about the comments, and let's get into it. Today, in honor of my soon departure for the retreat in Texas, I am wearing a pattern that is by Devin, Ventrie, Knitty, McPurly, and it is called the Fosette. I have worn this a few times before, but it is all Knitty McPurly yarn. It is her DK weight. What does she call it? Dubrovnik DK. And the colorways are, the green is Meadow, the purpley color is Thistle, and the blue Fathom, maybe? I don't know. It's all below. So if you are interested in all of that, check out the description box, and all the information is there, as it will be for the things I talk about. So that's it. I have no finished objects, but I do have a work in progress that I want to talk about. So let me pull it out. This, I have been working on this. I am sort of a slow knitter. So I think that's part of why it is taking me so long to work on this one thing. I was watching a reel on Instagram where there was somebody who was talking about day by day of like what they knit, and they had like day one they had part of the yoke finished, and day two they finished the yoke completely, day three they had joined for sleeves and gotten one sleeve done, and I'm like, I can't do that. That is so fast. That's crazy. But my sweater is being knit in Knitty McPurly yarns. This is her Dresden DK base, and it is the pattern is, what is it called? Grapevine. It's Grapevine by Wise Owl Knits, Cheryl, and I've got my starting end hanging out. But the Dresden DK is a Surrey alpaca silk base, and you can see that it's really kind of fluffy. You can see the halo on there. So each strand of this here, I'll hold up so you can see it. It's very fluffy, and sometimes when I'm knitting, I'm getting little pieces stuck in, like, you don't get the full piece of yarn coming all the way through sometimes. So it's kind of fiddly when you're knitting at times, but that does slow me down. So I think that's why this is taking a little longer than ordinary. So the pattern has this cable and these bobbles running down the front, down both sleeves, which I'm trying to show. There's that sleeve and the other sleeve. And then it also is down the back. And I decided that I also want to do the cable on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there it is. And I'm also going to add the bobbles, but I didn't want to do it directly under the arm because I thought that would probably quickly start pilling and get messy because of rubbing under the arm like that. So I thought, let's hold off on the bobbles until we get lower. Plus, bobbles are not my favorite thing to do, but I feel like in order to match all the way around, I do want to add the bobbles as I get down lower on the sides. So I like that extra detail. I think I've seen other sweaters that have that, and I have thought before I would like to have something that had that side detail. And so I just thought I'm going to add it on this one, and it'll be fun. And it's fun. I like adding extra stuff. I like to have interest while I'm knitting. I get really bored just doing stockinette all the way around. And there was one day this week that I was like, okay, I'm tired of knitting this. I'm going to do a couple of rows on another thing. And so I did do that. But really, it was a couple of rows. So nothing to show. It was my garden cardigan. So I did show that on the last episode. So if you're interested, you can take a look there. Finished both sleeves, so I am happy with that progress. That happened on Wednesday. I was able to finish both sleeves. So I do think that I may have misread the directions because it said something about going 7 inches and then like the next paragraph talked about decreases. And I thought, okay, does that mean I go 7 inches and then start the decreases, or is this happening at the same time? So I wasn't entirely sure, but at first when I read it, I assumed it meant go the 7 inches, then start the decreases. So I didn't even it didn't occur to me that maybe this was happening at the same time. So I think I probably should have asked for clarification. I don't know. But the sleeves are more, I think, balloony than the pattern appears to me. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm happy with it. I'm curious to see how it looks once it's blocked. I will, once I finish the bottom, I will have to pick up around the neck and knit some ribbing to get to where I want it to be on the neck, and then I'll be ready to block. So I'm excited because I still have a full week before the Knitty McPurly retreat. So I mean, I've got a week and a half at this point. Today is Sunday the 19th. the retreat starts on the 30th. So my plan is finish this up by next Sunday so that I can block it and have it ready to just bring with me to the retreat and wear there and have all my ends sewn in and everything like that. I will definitely do a little twirl in it when it's done, but I'm happy with the progress that I've made so far. Oh, my stitch stopper fell off. I hope I didn't. Oh yeah, I dropped a couple of stitches too. Fantastic. That's another thing is when it comes off the needles, it's kind of hard to pick up that full stitch because it's hard to see like all of the layers of the yarn. So I love the way this feels though. It is so nice and soft to the touch. I don't know if I will wear this with nothing underneath it. I feel like I'm probably going to want something underneath just because this feels so light to me. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I think now would be a good time to cut to the sandy bag drawing. So I will do that and I will be right back with you. Okay, it is time for the sandy bag drawing. As a reminder, this is the bag that will be awarded to the lucky winner. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate you making these bags for me. And here we go with the drawing. And as usual, the plan is shake up the hat till one falls out. And one fell out. Let's see who it is. Stephanie Benson! Congratulations, Stephanie! You finally won a sandy bag from me. I think your name has been in this hat more than just about anybody else. I feel like every week I'm like, is this going to be the one that Stephanie gets drawn? I know there was something else years ago. Oh, it was some of my my husband's hand-dyed yarn that she won. But the sandy bag, finally, Stephanie, you got one from PandemicKnittr channel. So I will, I don't know if you've moved, so let me know if you have the same address. I probably have that somewhere. If not, let me know and I will go ahead and send that sandy bag out to you. Congratulations. New to me, I have this bag. I have filled it with the things that I wanted to bring upstairs, and this is the new to me stuff. But this bag came from my friend Julie of my knit group. So isn't this nice? This is so huge. I took it out of the gift bag and said sweater size, which is just right for me. And in fact, as big as this is, I would call it more like blanket size. There's a whole lot of space in this thing. But I also have my bag from Hobby Lobby of things that I shopped for this week. And this came from my friend Terri, Doodle Knit Directory. And thank you, Terri, and thank you, Julie. I don't remember if I said that already. I know I said it in person, but I feel like I should say it on my video too. So this, I have been looking through this, and I think the next 2 days I brought it to work with me, and on my break time, like thumbed through it, and you know, my poor coworker Leiko was sitting there with me, and I'm going, oh, look at this one. Look at this one. But there are, at first I thought it was just the doodles, with like, here, you can, oh, I probably shouldn't be showing that, should I? So it's got charts. You know what doodles are, right? So you see the little pictures and everything. But it also has patterns, basic patterns for multiple different things. There's a scarf, there's a cowl, there's mittens, there's socks, I think there's hats. So this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. So I have been looking through and trying to figure out what on earth I am going to make. So I'm excited about that. Then I also went to Hobby Lobby. The reason I went there, my coworker at the beginning of the school year had been talking about how she went, I think, to Door County in Wisconsin, and she bought some kind of a crocheted scrubby. And she said it was big. She wanted something that was smaller. And I assume like handheld, size of your palm. So I bought some scrubby yarn to make a scrubby for her. I think she was kind of hinting that she wanted something. And at the time I was like, my plate is full. I don't have space for this right now. So now when will I ever have space for it if I just work on stuff that's for me? I'm gonna, and this should go quickly too. I talked to my friend Chris at my knit group, and she had given me, she directed me to some, I want to say, she directed me to the yarn. That's what it was. And I forgot. I haven't even like really opened this bag to look at what's in here. But I bought multiple different colors. I thought, you know what? I could probably make like something that has all three colors in it. I can experiment, do different things, see what I like, see what she likes, and give them to everyone. I don't know. But I think this would be kind of fun to play with. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, this is the one that Chris recommended to me, is the Scrubology Scrub It from Hobby Lobby. So we'll see how I like it. We'll see how Sue likes it, and maybe I'll never get around to it because that's how things go in my world. The other thing that I picked up at Hobby Lobby was at the Knitty McPurly retreat. I'm sorry for all the crinkling, you guys. At the Knitty McPurly retreat, we are doing a stitch marker exchange. So I bought things to make stitch markers. I bought these bugle beads in a nice green color, which just, it's so me. Look at, it matches the Meadow colorway. I should do something fun with that on a knit. I bought this wire, which my plan is, okay, and then I'll show you the other thing I got was these rhinestones. And so my plan is make a loop of this, put a bugle bead on it, and then glue two stones together on the end to kind of cinch up the bottom. So it's going to be a blingy, sparkly piece of fun. Now, the real question in my mind is, will the bugle beads fit on this wire? Because my expectation is that I'll have 2 layers of this wire to put through. So I really, I don't know. Wait, do the beads say, I wonder if the beads say something about a gauge, because the wire says it's 28 gauge. The bead, check glass beads, bead treasures, preciosa. That's, I have heard that name in the beading world. Bugle beads. Yeah. Oh, number 2, straight bugle. And it says it's 15 grams. So I assume that's how much they probably sell them by weight, not by count. And it says something about 16 plus on here, but I don't know what that means. So anyway, I gotta figure out how to make these things, and I need to make 101 of them. So, got my work cut out for me. Haven't even started. Aren't these pretty? I like that these are like, they have some of the backs are showing too much, but yeah, look at the sparkle on that. It's the Aurora beads. I'm sorry, I'm like mesmerized with them as I look at them on the screen. Anyhow, yep, that's my plan. That's my plan. I'm excited about it. My glasses were dirty, so I just spent a little time cleaning those. And let's see, I want to talk about comments. What do people most wear? Wendy, hi Wendy, she says her most worn knit is probably her rocket tee. Short sleeves, but she feels like she can wear it year round. Yeah, that's this too. I wear it with something underneath it, my Fosette, but I can wear it in the summer too. And I mean, I wouldn't wear it on the hottest day because it is a DK weight, but rocket, is that? I think there's multiple versions of rocket. I think there's a fingering weight and a DK weight, but I could be wrong. So I have seen the rocket tee. I would like to make that too. I feel like that is a very popular one, and I just haven't gotten around to doing that one because I've got other things on my needles. Kathleen says, my most worn knit is my Jethro. That's another one that I would like to make. Is that... She said, I live in Arizona, so I rarely need more than a cardigan. Since it's multicolored, it goes with everything. So, does Jethro also have a pullover version? I could be wrong, but I feel like Jethro I know it's a granny square pattern. So I believe the Jethro combines crochet and knitting, which I love the idea of that, and I want to do more of that. So I do have intentions of getting into some of that. But I think the Jethro is one I have seen before and I want to try. So that may be, with all the plans I have, I don't know. I don't know when that would come up because I have so much yarn for so many projects. I'm not buying more yarn for anything new for a while. For at least a couple of weeks. Anyhow, let's see. Carol says, hi Carol. My most worn knit is a Kutar cardigan that I knit in the round and then steeked. It doesn't fit me right, but since it's steeked, I can't fix it. Oh, that makes me sad. She said, I wear it over my jammies as a cozy house coat. Anywho, I'm retired, so I get to spend lots of time in my jammies, knitting, of course. My mom was an educator here in Northwest Montana, teaching second grade for many years. So, yeah, I teach second grade, so I'm sure that's why she threw that in at the end. But yeah, that sounds like I like oversized things, but I have some things that are oversized and I just never wear them. Speaking of which, I think on my last episode, or maybe on a recent episode, I mentioned that my orange seed stitch jacket, I hardly ever wear it. And since then, I brought it down to the family room and I've been wearing it in the mornings when I wake up. If I'm cold, I'll reach for that sometimes. So I have been wearing that more often. I do have one. I was just looking at one that I have over here. Super oversized. This is one of my Lion brand. I don't even remember what this is, but it was a Lion brand pattern. You get the pattern and the yarn together, and it is super oversized, and I never wear it. So maybe this will have to go downstairs too. I will say, on my last episode, I was talking about what I most frequently wear. I'll actually get into the Christmas thing later, but what I didn't think about is on a regular basis, I wear cardigans almost every day to school. If I'm not wearing a pullover sweater, typically speaking, I bring a cardigan with me. So, and like I'll wear it under my jacket to go to school, but almost every day, even in the summer, because, if the air conditioning's on in the classroom, it can get kind of cold. So I wear cardigans almost every day, and still I would say my most frequently worn cardigan is my, what's it called? Alicia Plummer Campside Cardi. And that one, I knit on a whim because we were doing a campside cast on at the mini meetup, the first mini meetup I went to. So I am so glad that they had that knit along, because it prompted me to knit the one thing that I wear most frequently. So interesting how that goes. It's the yarn that goes with almost everything I wear. I wear a lot of greens and blues, and the yarn is very green and blue. So I've gone on a tangent, and yeah. Where are we at? Oh, Sharon, Cody Cowgirl Creations, says, my most worn knit is my Flax DK. It's my first knit project, oversized and very comfortable. As a new knitter, working on my first colorwork project in stranded knitting, I was advised to go up 1 to 2 needle sizes in the colorwork section to minimize tension issues. Looking forward to meeting you at the retreat in 2 weeks. Me too, Sharon. Yay! Okay, so Flax DK. I have seen the flax before. That's the one that has the eyelets as the raglans. So I have frequently thought, I want to knit that. I need to find, I was going to say the right yarn, but I need to find the time. That's what I need. Anyhow, yes, I would love to knit that one. It seems like a good basic sweater to kind of get your feet wet and get ready. But yes, I have done the thing where I go up a needle size to knit color work. In fact, that's what happened with my Christmas sweater. Why Christmas was not that long ago. I still have the poinsettia. It's escaping me, but I'll put it up here or here, wherever. I'll have it somewhere to show you, because the needle size changed on that so many times, and it led to some frustrations. But I think I went up needle sizes so much that the color work came out really nicely because of how much I went up on my needle size. So anyhow, I guess I need to do that for the sleeves too. That's probably, and I think that's what I was talking about that led her to mention it. Because my sleeves on that sweater, I need to get the gauge right. Speaking of which, I applied for a test knit for some colorwork socks that are Valentine socks. I'm going to grab the yarn that I was intending to use. This sock set that it's called Smitten from Leap of Faith Yarns, and this would be perfect for a Valentine's Day colorwork sock. So I hope I get chosen for this test knit because I really want to make it. And yes, I will probably have to go up a needle size or 2 or 3 or 7. So we'll see. I'm excited about that. Please pick me. Because then I'll actually get socks done before Valentine's Day. The next comment is from Deborah. She says, I love to wear a mohair shawl knitted in a long side triangle with the edge being lacy crochet. Soft, cozy, warm, like a hug. So, a mohair shawl just sounds so delightful to me. I just like wearing it. Like, I can't, I need somebody to convince me that this can be done in a way that doesn't annoy the dickens out of me. I have worn shawls and I feel like I'm constantly like, this is in my way. So I don't know how people wear shawls and not get annoyed by them. So I've got to figure this out. I love shawls. I want to wear them. And she goes on to say, I have the garden cardigan pattern, and you've motivated me to cast it on. Thank you. I hope so, Deborah. It is a very fun knit. I like that it's so easily memorizable. And I wanted to say that too about the Grapevine pullover. This cable is so easy to memorize. You just, like, every other round you're doing something. There's like the rest round and then there's the moving round. So I always know, okay, I'm leaving stitches alone for this round. I'm moving stitches this round. So it's a nice, easy to memorize thing. Just like the garden cardigan. Stephanie, our winner, says, I sense a blue and green theme today. I sense a blue and green theme almost every day. I feel like that's just my kind of general go-to, blue and green. And the vase behind me, I've got, it's hard to tell, I think, but I've got a Mardi Gras colorway, these two here, and then behind that, there's a green one. And my husband's hand dyed is at the bottom of the vase. I feel like I'm tickling it. Anyhow, she says, definitely your colors. You're right, Stephanie. My most worn knit is probably my Mingling Daisies shawl done in Malabrigo Arroyo in English Rose because of the color and because it's lighter weight. So I knew when I saw the name Mingling Daisies, I was like, I've heard of that before. I know that one. I've seen it somewhere. So I went to Ravelry. I looked it up. It's a Stephen West shawl. And I'm like, I should have known. Because I know within the group of people who I know Stephanie from. So Stephanie and I met through the meetup that we have every year in Hoffman Estates here, that started out as Frivolous and Frugal and 3-Ply Podcast meeting up, and of course all of their fans joining. So that group of people seem to gravitate towards Stephen West shawls a lot. And like I said, I'm not a shawl person. I need to figure this out and have someone convince me that this is the best thing to wear, because I love them. I love looking at them. I wish I could wear them without being bothered by them. So she says, I gravitate to worsted weights, but I need to remember when choosing yarn that I live in Florida and worsted weight is not ideal. Too warm. Yes, I can totally understand that. I mean, I love a worsted weight because it knits up so quickly, and that immediate gratification is just, I love it. I tend to gravitate toward DK, and my DK drawer over there is stuffed full. It is not only my scraps, but there are full sweaters quantities of yarn in there that I haven't decided yet what they're going to be for, mainly because they were intended for something that didn't work out for one reason or another. So I had to switch to another yarn to knit that something. So now that DK sweaters quantity is left in limbo. So yeah, I think we all have like our favorite weight of yarn, and whether it's practical or not for us, we still favor it for one reason or another. Carista from Sweet Mountain Crafts says, so fun to see your current whips. Looking forward to seeing you soon in Texas. In answer to Kendra's question, any one of my shawls. What? But for a full garment, my Point of Pins pullover by Sierra Morningstar. I had to look that one up. I no longer remember what it looks like. I'll put a picture up here. But I remember when I looked at it, I was like, oh, yes, I can see that would be a fun one to knit. And of course, I marked it as a favorite so that sometime in the future, when I'm looking for another pattern to knit, that one will be there marked as a favorite. She says, it's a comfy sweatshirt style that is classy enough but casual as well. Knit in Sweet Mountain Crafts Alpine. It's also cozy and warm. And I think that Alpine base is like an Aran or a worsted weight. So I need to knit that. I remember looking at it and being like, oh, I need that. Anyhow, so yes, hi, Carista. I look forward to seeing you too. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. Dora, Dora says, your grapevine looks nice. I am so bummed that I had to cancel going. So Dora, I'm so sorry you can't make it to the retreat. I wish we would be able to see you there. I hope everything is okay. We will miss you. And she says, my most worn knit lately has been my Loden sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. Her patterns just fit me so well. Love it. Have a great week. Thanks. So I looked that one up, and it says, here's what I wrote to her. I said, I had to look up the Loudon sweater. I just went down a rabbit hole looking at your Instagram page and Knit Pearl Girl's page. I need to favorite some of her patterns. So yeah, when I was going through all of these comments, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like all over the place, finding the patterns and looking at them and favoriting things and like getting inspired for knits that I don't have time to knit because I already have so many planned. So I love it. This was such a fun one. Kendra, this was the best question. Thank you for suggesting that I ask it. Janet says, wow, you're working on a lot of projects. Are you sure you haven't knit a sweater to wear every day? Okay, this is where I was like, oh, I said that wrong. When I was talking on my last podcast about having a sweater to wear every day, I do. I have plenty of sweaters. I could probably wear a sweater every day of the month without repeating a sweater. But what I was talking about that I wanted a sweater every day of the week was Christmas sweaters. I wanted Christmas themed sweaters to be able to wear a different sweater every day of the week to school. So I have my Hinterland. That's the one I was trying to think of before. Hinterland. I have my green Grinchy one with the reindeer on it, Phthalo. I have my sparkly green one, which is the Seashell Sweater Light. And then I have a store-bought one. So that's only 4 days. So I have plans to make a 5th one, which should be finished by next year. And I gotta start that one, you guys. Should be finished by next year. I don't know why I say should, because I don't know what makes me think I'm going to actually start it. So she goes on to say, the sweater that I wear the most is my turtle dove because it is so sweatshirt-like. Yes, I've seen the turtle dove, and that one, I think was it originally Espace Tricot? I've heard that Espace Tricot has started charging for their patterns. It used to be that they made their patterns free, and I believe with the expectation or hope that people would buy their yarn to make the project. And I've heard that Espace Tricot is now charging for their patterns, which, I mean, more power to them. It's theirs to do with what they want. Turtle Dove is a very well-loved pattern. So it's a very plain sweater. So I feel like it's not exactly my, the type of knit I gravitate to, because it's just stockinette all over. But it does look comfy to wear. And for that reason, I would not mind knitting it. Tara says, Yarn Chicken ETM. My favorite winter knit to wear is a sweater made with minis I received as part of a mini exchange. It is simple and full of color. My favorite summer knit to wear is my light summer tee by Wise Owl Knits. I really need to knit another one. So, I haven't seen the light summer tee. I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sure I've seen it. I just haven't really taken a good look at it, because I probably wasn't in a place where I was looking to make something summery at the time that I looked at Cheryl's page. So I do feel like I would like some more summer tees in my wardrobe, and I do have some cotton yarn to make them in. So I should look at that one. That would be, ooh. So I have the Doodle Knits book. I could pick something from this and do something on a plain tee like that. I think that's what, I'm just assuming that's what this Wise Owl Knits light tee is. So I'd have to look to make sure, but that sounds like it's a good possibility. So Kendra, hi Kendra, she says, hi Beth, I'm laughing over here because I'm having a hard time answering the question I suggested. I've narrowed it down to 2. I wear knitted hats daily in cold weather and most often reach for the frost toque, probably because I knit coordinating mittens. My most worn sweater is the Allison cardigan in Miss Bab's Yowza. It's comfy, easy to throw on, and the yarn has worn very well. So I, of course, went to look up all of these items, and I managed to find them on Ravelry. Like I said, rabbit hole. This question had me all week looking for things. I wonder what my phone stats say. I get that that pop-up every week that says, here's how much you used your phone this week. And I always try to get it lower and lower every week because I don't want to be sitting on my phone too much time. But at the same time, if I am communicating with the community that I enjoy communicating with, I think that's a good use of my phone. So I went down rabbit holes on, I feel like almost everyone. I was like, oh, I gotta go look that up. That sounds interesting. There were some that like I already knew what they were. Like what was the one cardigan that Sharon said? Flax. The flax, I knew that one. I feel like that's one that like pretty much everybody knows. Kendra, when I asked her about the Allison cardigan, she said, you stumbled upon one of my intentions for 2025 to do better posting projects on Ravelry. My Allison cardigan is the one by Hannah Fettig, which I assumed just because it seemed like it was probably the most popular one. What I remember, if I'm not mistaken, is that I liked how the inside of the pockets was a contrast color, which that's kind of a cool thing. I'm like, oh, that's a nice, unique detail. Eileen says, I never get knitting related gifts. None of my family would have a clue what to give me. My husband and I don't exchange gifts, but that's okay. I buy myself what I want and my husband is supportive, which is a very nice thing. Did I not answer her? It looks like I did not. It looks like I clicked the little heart thing, but I didn't answer her. Sorry, Eileen. I usually try to say a little bit of something to everyone. I don't know what happened. I thought I answered everyone. I apologize, Eileen. Susan says, hi, Susan. I'm so looking forward to seeing you at the retreat. She says, hi, Beth. I love your sweaters. They are going to be beautiful. Other than socks in the winter, my most worn knits are shawls. Again, you guys, shawls. You all like the shawls. You like to wear them. I don't get it. I wear mostly solid color linen dresses and shawls. Really, I wear... You know how you emphasize a sentence the wrong way and as you read, it's like, what? Oh, I wear mostly solid color linen dresses and shawls really add nice color pops and change up the look of the dresses. I'm looking for the perfect cardigan pattern. Have one on my needles now. And if I find it, I will probably make one in every color. And those will become the most worn knits. I'm really looking forward to seeing your finished garden cardigan. Me too. This is on my list to try. Yes, you should. You should try it. Definitely. And I was going to say the next Sandra. The next cardigan. My tongue and my brain are not communicating well right now. Sandra says, I'm pausing the video to comment on your Malin swatch. If it is mosaic knitting, why are there floats? Could that be the problem? Usually with mosaic. Okay, this is not about most worn knits, but it's about my gauge stuff. I am having gauge issues with, I have not even touched that swatch. So, the floats are definitely fine on, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about all of that because I haven't touched it again. So that has been put off to the side, and I probably won't even be working on that until I get home from the retreat. So I've got another 2 weeks before I even touch that. And then we'll be in Finish It February, which maybe while I'm on the plane home from the retreat, I'll start like organizing myself for Finish It February. Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm planning to do something in Finish It February. I just don't know what. I feel like I have so many things I need to finish. I got to get that started. I got to get moving on that. And I do have enough that I can march to the finish as well. So that's the idea here. I need to clear off some of my knitting needles so that I can start the new projects that I really want to start. I have so much desire to get things on my needles just so that I can have them completed. But the one thing that really kind of I'm itching to get started is, the Malin, which I have started swatching for, Natasha Hornby's Malin. And then it's also Natasha Hornby, isn't it? The one with the diamond shapes on it, Tersa. Those two I really want to get on my needles ASAP. And oh my gosh, you guys, have you seen the new Andrea Mowry pattern? It is so cute. It's got texture and color work and interest, and I bought the pattern. I bought the pattern because I was like, okay, there's a discount now, and when I'm ready to knit it, there might not be a discount. I'm awful. I'm awful with sales. When I see a sale, I'm like, I gotta jump on it now. So I did that. Yes, I jumped on that sale. I got, what is it? I don't even remember what it's called. I'll put a picture up here because eventually it'll hop on my needles and it'll be fun. I do think, knowing Andrea Mowry, she tends to, when she gets a texture that she likes, she tends to do it on a cowl and a shawl and a hat and a cardigan and a pullover. So the pullover just came out. I have a feeling that soon we will see all the other things follow. So I'm hopeful that the cardigan comes out and I can do that, because that would be my preference. I would like to have a different cardigan to wear every day of the year. But yeah, that's a bit much, I think. That's a bit much. Maybe every day of the month. Let's get there first. Although I have ones that I don't even wear. So I need to come back down to earth. Anyhow, I have now chatted on for an hour, and I think that's enough. So I am going to bid you farewell and wish for you to have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next episode. Please remember, you guys, click the like button, please. And also, double check. Are you subscribed? You might think you are, and then you might not be, because sometimes there's this glitch that happens and it just poof goes away and nobody seems to know why. So, like, subscribe, survive, and thrive, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.